I'm going to show you today how I missed a trade, but then I ended up still making money in today's market condition, right? We still took a trade. As you can see here, I'm going to delete all of my drawings to quickly show you how I played today, live on stream, of course. What we did, how we ended up still making money today, although we had missed one of the trades. So going into the day, and I'm going to make this short today, but I'm still going to put a lot of value in it because we had PDH and PDL, right? And price was in between this, not having taken either one yet. And these are days which I usually like. I usually like these days because it gives us a target on both sides, and we can sort of let price decide for us where it wants to go, what it wants to do. Now, at open, we had this 1 hour fair value gap. And this was, for me, the sort of decider, like I talk about, like I just said, this was the decider. Will price kind of go up to take the previous daily high, or will price go lower to potentially go in the direction of the previous daily low, right? Now, on open, we saw, okay, price had already on the 15-minute traded through this 1 hour gap. So I wanted to see, okay, can price close below the 1 hour gap or not? Now, it became rather obvious that price would close below the gap here. Once this 15-minute candle opened and closed like this here, it became rather obvious, okay, price does want to continue lower. However, we had taken two major levels of liquidity, being Asia lows and London lows right here. So at that point in time, I was looking at the 15-minute, which had a, I'm going to quickly mark this out here, had a 15-minute bearish FEG right there. And I was looking to trade potentially from this to the downside, right? So I was thinking, okay, maybe if price comes up in here, I want to see either this 15-minute being broken and then taking buys, or this 15-minute holding and then taking sells. What ended up happening is price did take these levels of liquidity, which I liked, so I was thinking, okay, potentially get up in here and take a sell. Now, what happened then? And go back to, I think it was the last video I posted. Take a look at that. Take a look at the last video I posted. The last trading video, I believe it was the last one I posted, and then come back. And you will see the similarities of this trade. And this is textbook how pattern recognition works, right? Because you can see this zone right here was ran through, and we clearly had the internal low here to target. So this was a very, very, very valid trade in my books. However, I didn't take it because my mind was set on price coming back here. There was even SMT at these highs with ES, right? So this was truly a textbook trade, which I missed simply because my mind was too focused on, okay, this FEG up here. And this is a reminder to myself, and of course to all of you, that in trading, you need to stay very, very, very flexible, and you can never try to predict anything. You always need to react to what the market is showing you. And at this moment in time, I should have reacted. I should have taken this trade. But I noticed it when it was too late, when this candle had already printed, and I was like, oh shit, hold on. There is definitely a trade here, which I just missed. Now, after that, what can happen? There are people, mostly newer traders, who will let that get into their head, and they will start revenge trading all over the place. Missing a trade and then revenge trading, blowing up your account maybe even. That is a mistake that I have done in the past as well, but not anymore, since now I trade profitably, which is basically only due to my mentality, right? Your mentality needs to change. So what I did was I waited. I recognized, okay, price is falling quite heavily. However, we still have the previous daily low intact, right? So I kept waiting, marking out zones that I would be interested in, and then price moved into this 5-minute bearish fair value gap. And you can see on ES, Price even moved a little bit higher into this fair value gap right here with this wick, right, into this fair value gap right here. Now, at that moment in time, I was looking, okay, what do we have here? We moved up in here. On yes, we did the same, right? And we have this fair value gap here. So I was thinking, okay, if price can break this fair value gap, it is very likely going to take this low right here as sort of external range liquidity of this internal low. So price did close below. I took a trade, but I waited a little bit because look at if you look at this, right? To get 1R here, I would have had to target kind of down here. And I don't like taking trades below 1R. Usually kind of 1R is my minimum RR that I go for. Anything less I don't usually go for. So if I would have aimed for this, it would have only been 0.6. Also possible, yes, but I just don't really like taking lower than 1-to-1 trades. So I waited a little bit because I had the hope that the next candle would be a open high low close candle, and it ended up being it. So price kind of moved up here a little bit. I took the trade here, stop loss there, target of 1R. I think it was probably around here. You can check in the stream as well if you want to see it live. You can check out today's live stream and you'll see it there. I took it like this, knowing that once price takes this low, I am moving my stop to break even. So price took the low, I was, and you can see this on stream as well, I was like moving my stop loss to break even, and literally at that point price had already taken my TP. So yeah, kind of quicker than I could react. Once again, you know, the trading day lasted for around 3 minutes for me here. The actual time in a trade lasted for around 3 minutes for me here, and then I was done. 1 hour taken. Great, on to the next, on to tomorrow.